Hi, this is Mike J. Welcome back to the channel. What I want to talk about here today is how many of you want to drive a brand new car for $100 a month? You heard me right. $100 a month for a brand new car. It's no gimmick. I ran across this, and this is in my region, so I'm sure that other regions will follow, if not have already followed. But those of you that keep up with news, car sales for the year has actually dropped. People are keeping their cars longer, people are buying used vehicles, and they're not buying new cars due to the uncertainty of the economy. And we are going to probably headed towards another recession, or what people say, yada, yada, yada. Nevertheless, car sales of new vehicles have been impacted, and sports cars especially has dropped. They will no longer be making cars anymore, so it's going to affect a lot of things. Now, I ran across this at my local Honda dealership, okay, and I'm sure that this will pertain to my region throughout Arizona. And there's a few examples, and this covers most of the Hondas of these great lease prices of $100 a month for a brand new car. Now, to start off with, you can lease a brand new 2019 Honda Civic LX automatic. Keep in mind that this list that I'm going through, you need $2,990, roughly $3,000 to start the lease, which will cover all your fees and your first month's payment and possibly a security deposit if they require one. And they're all 36-month lease, which is 3 years, allowing 12,000 miles a year. And thereafter, I believe it's anywhere from 31 to 35 cents thereafter per every mile you go over. But you're only penalized for mileage when you turn the car in. Trading in the car, you can trade in a lease car, therefore it will not be penalized. But let's start this list. Like I said, a 19 Civic LX, $100 a month, $3,000 up front. A 19 Honda Accord LX automatic for $159 a month. Okay, same thing, $3,000 down, 36 months lease. Then you have a 19 CRV, which is Honda's midsize SUV, and by today's standard, it's bigger than a midsize SUV. The CRV is probably one of the most popular SUVs out there, and it has grown into a very, very big vehicle. And you can lease that thing for the same price as a Honda Accord, $159 a month. Same deal, 36 months with 12,000 miles a year. Then you have a 19 HRV. Those of you that don't know what those are, there isn't a whole heck of a lot of those on the road because it's either too small or it's kind of, funny looking. I don't like the way it looks, but it's actually a true CUV. It's basically the smallest SUV Honda makes that's based upon the Honda Civic chassis with a SUV body thrown on it. They're cute, girl's car. But anyways, you can lease one of those for $139 a month. Same deal, $3,000 down at 36 months lease. Then you have these pricey Honda Pilots. Have you guys looked at Pilots lately? They have gone up so much in price. Now, this would be a 19 Pilot LX automatic two-wheel drive, of course, the cheapest one they make. It's still, it's up there in price, right? And you can lease that thing for $235 a month. That's right, $235 a month, okay? And then we have the family hauler, the 19 Honda Odyssey minivan. Probably one of the best vans out there next to the Toyota Sienna, all right? It's always a toss-off, which is a better minivan, Toyota Sienna or the Honda Odyssey. They're both good vans, but the thing is, until Toyota runs a $279 lease special, Honda all the way. Now, all these cars that I've gone through this list covers almost all the Honda vehicles. And of course, these are all base model cars with automatic transmissions, all right? So they're not strippy cars, because by today's standard, there is no strippy cars. because even the base model comes with all the necessities that you need. Average car payment today is $500 a month, okay? That is what people pay on a car for 72 months financing. So all these cars that I've listed on here and explained to you guys on the lease prices are all under $300 a month. To tell you the truth, you can buy yourself a cheap car and still pay nearly $300 a month. Or at least, more than a couple hundred, right? With a couple $1,000s down, $3,000 down. Hopefully, when you buy any kind of car, you would at least have at least $3,000 down. So these leases are very attractive for people who want a second car. Now, most car enthusiasts will not buy these cars that I've mentioned on the list. But look at it this way, a lot of us on YouTube and a lot of us that, are car enthusiasts, we have very expensive cars. And sometimes we're forced to drive them because we can't afford another car, or we don't want to buy another car. We don't want to spend the money for another car. This is a way where you can spend $100 a month. Who can't afford $100 a month, right? Especially if you're a car enthusiast. With $3,000 down, and hopefully you put that much down when you buy any kind of car, that you can have a second car to put some relief mileage on so you don't have to ruin and drive your expensive car and get it dinged and nicked or whatever, right? So, these lease incentives are something I've never heard of. I mean, I've worked in sales off and on for the last 25 years, and I've never heard of these prices on leases ever in my whole entire life. I didn't believe it myself, but I think what happens is that they are pushing new cars, and Honda obviously holds resale value. They want these cars back on resale lots in 3 years so they can sell them as used cars, certify them, so there will be a trend of used Hondas. And Toyota might do the same, and other manufacturers may follow, because domestic American cars will no longer exist, and not everybody wants to drive an SUV. But anyways, these are good deals. I would never buy one. It's just not my cup of tea. But if push comes to shove and I couldn't afford, my hobby as buying nice sports cars, and I had to be in the real world, I would have to buy one of these or lease one of these because it makes sense, right? This is the catch. You got to have a 720 credit Isaac score in order for the manufacturer, which is Honda, to loan money on these cars, okay? Local banks aren't going to do it. Credit unions aren't going to do it. And they won't play ball with you to lease you one of these if you don't have a 720 Isaac score. So therefore, that eliminates a lot of the people. And I'm going to get comments on here, I'm sure, well, you pay cash for a car. I hear that all the time on comments. Pay cash for a car, pay cash for a car. Not everybody's got the money to pay the cash for the car, and not everybody ties up money into the cars. Some, use it for business, investments, yada, yada, yada. But anyways, this is an alternative to affording a car that you might need, that you didn't no longer think that you were able to afford a second car. And look at it this way on the bright side of things. You can buy or lease one of these for $100 a month so that when you guys get your GT Shelby 500, you don't have to drive it everywhere and put the wear and tear on it and keep its value up. Am I right? GT 350 owners as well. So that's a great deal. I mean, hell, I should pick up one of these so I don't have to drive my car, right? But anyways, the Honda Ridgeline, the half truck, half SUV that can't decide what it is, that's not on the list. Those things are a mess. They should have never made those. They don't sell well. Nobody wants them. They top out at almost $45,000, $42,000, $43,000, depending on how it's opt out. They don't sell them. Nobody wants them. They should drop it all together. It's never worked, the Honda truck. They should get rid of it. But you know what? The damnedest thing is that I wish that was on that list was the Honda Civic Type R. If that was on a lease special, I'd pick myself up one of those and have a third car. But anyways, if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up. Please like, subscribe, comment. Tap the notification bell for future videos. And I'll see you in the next one. $100 a month for a car. 30 years ago, that didn't exist. But it does now. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.